Welcome to this explainer. Look, if there's one time of year that brings this universal, collective sense of dread, it's tax season. I mean, let's be totally honest here. Nobody actually enjoys paying taxes, right? The endless paperwork, the looming deadlines, that underlying fear of making a silly mistake, it can be incredibly stressful. But what if paying your Lane County property taxes could actually be the easiest chore on your entire to-do list? Today, we're taking this often confusing civic duty and transforming it into a remarkably simple, streamlined digital process. Understanding exactly how to navigate online tax payments is absolutely indispensable for Lane County property owners today. It's not just for the sheer convenience of paying in your pajamas, but to avoid those costly late penalties and, honestly, just secure some much-needed peace of mind.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because right off the bat, we've got to address a very common moment of panic. You open your tax bill, you look at the return envelope, and you see a Portland mailing address. Take a breath, don't panic, it is absolutely not a scam. Actually, since 2005, Lane County has utilized a highly efficient U.S. Bank lockbox service based right up there in Portland. This system allows your payments to hit the county's account the exact same day they're processed. What that means for you is your tax dollars get to the local districts funding essential services like emergency management, schools, and public works so much faster. Plus, it frees up the local county staff to actually answer your phone calls instead of spending weeks just slicing open envelopes.
So here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. First, understanding your property taxes. Second, online payment options. Third, our step-by-step payment guide. Fourth, troubleshooting common issues. Fifth, tax time pro tips. And finally, number 6, FAQs and wrap-up. Let's jump in.
Section 1. Understanding your property taxes. How your bill is actually calculated.
You know, a massive source of confusion every single year is the difference between real market value and assessed value. You might look at the local housing market and see that a typical Lane County home saw a market value increase, maybe 4 or even 12% in a single year. Naturally, you might panic, thinking your property taxes are going to jump by that exact same percentage. But thankfully, they don't. The assessor does use a complex sales analysis program to annually update your market values, sure, but your actual taxable value is based on the much lower Measure 50 assessed value, minus any applicable exemptions.
And this brilliantly illustrates the impact of that specific calculation. On average, residential properties in Lane County are paying taxes on an assessed value that is only 81% of their actual real market value. So, while real estate prices can fluctuate wildly out there in the real world, your assessed taxable value is kept much more stable and predictable year over year.
Section 2. Online payment options. Fast, secure, and convenient digital portals.
So, let's talk about how to pay. Lane County offers highly secure payment gateways that accept 3 main electronic methods: e-checks, standard credit cards, and debit cards. Using these online tools provides a fantastic, user-friendly interface that keeps your financial data totally safe. But I do have one critical reminder straight from the county here. When you use electronic bill pay services, you absolutely must allow sufficient time for your banking institution to actually submit the payment on or before the due date. The transaction isn't magic, right? It still takes a little processing time on the bank's end to clear.
Now, a quick heads up about fees. If you choose to pay by credit or debit card, a processing fee will be added at checkout. I know, nobody likes extra fees, but this is just a standard convenience fee charged by the third-party service provider. It's not some hidden county tax. The county explicitly states that Lane County retains no portion of that fee. If you want to avoid card fees entirely, opting for an e-check is definitely your best route.
Section 3. Step-by-step payment guide. Navigating the Lane County A&T website.
The actual payment process is incredibly straightforward once you know where you're going. Step 1. Open your browser and visit the official Lane County government website, specifically the Assessment and Taxation page at lanecounty.org/at. Step 2. Just scroll down that page until you spot a menu called Quick Links. Step 3. Right there in that menu, you're going to click on Tax Payments Online. Doing that will seamlessly redirect you to Step 4, which is accessing the Paydici portal. That's Lane County's official secure payment vendor.
Once you're inside Paydici, you do have the option to just check out as a guest, but honestly, creating a registered account is a massive advantage. Registering provides you with a central dashboard to manage everything in one single place. You can track your payment history, which is excellent for your personal records and when you're doing your own income taxes. You can receive text notifications, set up automatic payments, and securely save your payment info, so checking out is a total breeze next November.
Section 4. Troubleshooting common issues.
missing statements, and mortgage confusion.
Now, what's really interesting about this situation is that the most common reason for panic, not getting a bill in the mail, usually comes down to just a few very solvable reasons. By law, it's actually your responsibility to notify the taxing authority of any mailing address changes. The county doesn't automatically know you moved, so if you changed addresses or if there was a recent change in property ownership, your bill might just be lost in transit. If this happens, you just need to submit a simple address change form to the Lane County assessor. The other massive reason you might not see a bill, well, your mortgage company might already be handling it for you.
Let's talk about that for a second. If you use an escrow account, your lender collects taxes from your monthly mortgage payments and pays the bill on your behalf. But how do you verify this so you don't accidentally double pay the county? Simply look at the left side of your online or physical tax statement. If a mortgage company is listed right there, the county has officially been notified of their intent to pay it. Now, if you have any doubts at all, always contact your mortgage company directly to confirm your escrow analysis is accurate and up to date.
Section 5. Tax Time Pro Tips, Important Deadlines, and Going Paperless.
Let's move on and see how this timeline builds over the fall. Tax amounts are actually certified only once a year, in early October. By October 12th, you can usually jump online and see the digital images of your brand new statement. By October 19th, the physical statements are mailed out. And the absolute most critical date to remember in all of this, November 15th, that is your property tax payment due date. Setting calendar reminders on your phone for early November is really the best way to ensure compliance and avoid those nasty late penalties.
To make this whole cycle even easier, Lane County highly encourages property owners to go paperless. Think about it. Physical mail gets lost, spilled on, or accidentally tossed in the recycling. By navigating to the PayDisic portal and creating your account, you can completely opt out of paper statements. This gives you instant, secure digital access to your bills every single fall without having to check the mailbox.
But to set up that paperless account, you might hit a common technical hurdle. You need an activation code. Now, your activation code isn't some randomly generated password. It's simply a combination of two numbers found right on your tax statement. You just take your 7-digit property tax account number and you follow it immediately with your 5-digit tax code area, or TCA. Put those together, no spaces, and you have your exact key to paperless billing. And hey, if you've lost your paper statement, don't worry. You can retrieve both of these numbers using the Property Account Information Portal right on the Lane County website.
Actually, a quick vital tip for the business owners joining us today. While standard real estate property taxes definitely dominate the fall season, businesses in Lane County have a separate, very strict spring deadline. March 16th is the deadline to file your confidential personal property return, or CPPR. So definitely keep that date circled on your calendar if you own and operate a business in the county.
Section 6. FAQs and Wrap-Up, Getting Help and Staying Compliant.
Look, sometimes technology just doesn't cooperate, and Lane County's Assessment and Taxation Office provides excellent support when digital tools aren't enough. You can easily reach them by phone at 541-682-4321 or via email at assessor@lanecountyor.gov. Note that their standard hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. However, during the chaotic tax season, basically from mid-October to mid-November, they offer extended hours 5 days a week. And here is something incredibly important to note. Online tax statements only reflect data up to that October certification date we talked about. If you make a payment or get a value correction after that date, the website might not reflect it instantly. So if you need to know your exact, to-the-penny current balance after October, calling the assessor's office during these hours is absolutely your best bet.
So, the crucial point is, are you ready to finally take control of your property taxes this year? By utilizing Lane County's secure online tools, setting up a free PayDG account, and understanding the timeline of when bills are assessed and due, you can entirely remove the anxiety from November 15th. You save time, you secure your personal payment history, and you ensure your local community receives its funding efficiently. It's a win for everyone.
As always, please remember that tax procedures, processing fees, and local policies are subject to change. Make sure you always verify the most current details directly through the official Lane County website at lanecounty.org. If you have specific, complex situations regarding property ownership, escrow, or valuation, definitely consult a legal or financial advisor for personalized advice. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. Now that you've seen how easily we can digitize our property taxes, it kind of makes you wonder, what other tedious local civic duties are long overdue for a digital upgrade?